The wooden sword came down with a sickening crack. Sasaki Kojiro, Japan's second greatest swordsman, fell dead on the beach. The watching samurai stood frozen in disbelief. How did a man with a wooden oar just defeat the legendary Kojiro, who wielded the finest steel in Japan? But then everything changed. The victor, Miyamoto Musashi, simply walked away. No celebration, no honor speech. He just returned to his boat and left. This wasn't supposed to happen. Musashi arrived late, disheveled, wielding a crude wooden sword carved during his boat ride. Conventional wisdom said he should have died that day. He didn't. Instead, he claimed his 60th consecutive victory in duels to the death. What was his secret? I'll tell you exactly how he did it. But first, let me ask you something. When was the last time someone made you lose your cool? Remember how that felt? In this video, we're diving deep into the mind of the most successful duelist in history to uncover something that will completely change the way you deal with any fight or confrontation in your life. I've spent years studying his methods, and I've tested them myself in some really tough situations. So stick with me till the end of the video because this one will seriously change the way you think. Picture this. You're in a meeting. Someone trashes your work in front of everyone. Your face gets hot, your heart races. You feel that urge to either attack back or shut down completely. We've all been there. I nearly lost a 10-year friendship last year because of a 30-second emotional reaction. One heated argument where I said things I couldn't take back. That moment of losing my cool cost me months of rebuilding trust, all because I couldn't create space between feeling anger and becoming anger. Musashi faced this same response in every duel, but then he discovered something that changed everything. He realized the most dangerous person in any confrontation isn't the loudest or strongest, it's the calmest. Through 60 life-or-death duels, Musashi developed a 4-step system for maintaining unshakable calm. I've broken down his approach and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Let's go. Everything modern self-help tells you about conflict resolution focuses on what to say, but Musashi knew that what you don't say and the space you create before speaking matters far more. Musashi's opponents always made the same mistake. When provoked, they became their emotions. Anger didn't just visit them, it possessed them. Look at what happened when the warrior monk Shishido Baiken challenged Musashi. Baiken was famous for his chain and sickle weapon, a sight that had terrified countless opponents. When Musashi showed no fear, Baiken became enraged. How dare this outsider not respect his reputation? His fury made him sloppy. Minutes later, he was dead. Musashi described watching confrontation as if from above, like seeing clouds pass by without becoming the storm. He created space between what happened and how he reacted. You can do this too. Next time someone pushes your buttons, try something different. Instead of immediately firing back, notice the feeling rising inside you. I'm feeling anger now, not I am angry. This tiny shift changes everything. It's like watching a movie of yourself rather than being trapped in the scene. But emotional distance alone isn't enough, because what do you do next? Have you ever noticed how predictable people become when they're emotional? The manager who always criticizes, the friend who always deflects, the partner who always brings up the past. Musashi called this foreknowledge, the ability to sense what's coming before it happens. Most people think this is some mystical skill. It's not. It's pattern recognition. When everyone expected Musashi to attack aggressively in his duel with the famed spear master Muso Gonosuke, he instead stood completely still for several minutes. His opponent, unnerved by this unnatural calm, made the first move, exactly as Musashi had planned. The moment Gonosuke committed to his attack, Musashi countered perfectly. What appeared supernatural was actually deep strategic awareness. In his most famous ambush, the Yoshioka school sent multiple warriors to attack Musashi at once, breaking the code of one-on-one combat. Somehow Musashi anticipated this, arrived early, and defeated them all. How? He studied human behavior obsessively. When someone feels threatened, their options narrow to just a few likely responses. Our bodies react differently to sudden stress versus expected stress. When a confrontation catches you by surprise, your body dumps stress hormones all at once. But when you anticipate a challenge, your brain prepares more carefully. Try this before your next difficult conversation. Take 30 seconds to ask, what's this person's emotional state right now? What do they really want here? What are the 3 most likely ways they'll react? This simple practice transforms confrontations from chaotic emotional exchanges into predictable situations. But even with this awareness, your body can still betray you. Which brings us to step 3. Your friend is shouting at you. Your heart races. Your breathing gets shallow. Your thinking narrows. This happens automatically. But then you remember what Musashi discovered. Breath is the bridge between emotion and thought. In Musashi's duel against Spearmaster Muso Gonosuke, witnesses reported something strange. As the fight intensified, Gonosuke began breathing rapidly. Meanwhile, Musashi's breathing remained even throughout. Gonosuke later admitted, "I became winded not from exertion, but from fear." Fast, shallow breathing triggers your fight-or-flight response. Slow, deep breathing activates your rest and digest mode. One creates panic, the other creates calm. Musashi developed a specific breathing pattern during confrontations. Before crucial moments, he would take one controlled breath, in for 4 counts through his nose, hold briefly, then out for 6 counts through his mouth. Try it right now. Seriously, 1 breath, in for 4, out for 6. Feel that? This isn't some woo-woo meditation stuff. This is practical neuroscience. By changing your breathing, you literally change your brain chemistry. After practicing these techniques for 6 months, I tracked my results. Arguments that previously lasted hours now resolved in minutes. My blood pressure during confrontations dropped by 15 points, and most surprisingly, people started coming to me to mediate their conflicts. The power of controlled breathing transformed not just how I felt, but how others responded to me. But breathing alone isn't enough. You need to know why you're staying calm. You need purpose. What separates those who merely survive confrontation from those who masterfully control it? Purpose. While his opponents fought from anger or fear, Musashi always fought with a specific objective in mind. In The Book of 5 Rings, he wrote that a warrior should have no intention of striking first, but instead should remain centered on their ultimate goal. Think about arguments that spiral out of control. They start with a specific issue, but quickly derail into bringing up past grievances and personal attacks. This happens because both people lose sight of any purpose beyond defending themselves or hurting the other. Next time you're heading into a confrontation, define your true objective in one clear sentence. Keep this purpose at the forefront throughout. When emotions rise and the interaction heats up, silently repeat your purpose to yourself. Your purpose becomes an anchor, preventing you from being swept away by momentary feelings. The most surprising thing about Musashi's approach is what happened when he mastered all 4 principles. Something unexpected emerged. In his later years, after winning 60 consecutive duels, Musashi began avoiding fights altogether. The man who never lost a battle stopped battling. He realized the truly powerful person isn't the one who wins every confrontation. It's the one who only engages in confrontations that actually matter. This is more relevant today than ever before. We live in an era of constant provocation. Social media thrives on outrage. Politics runs on division. We face more confrontations in a day than Musashi might have faced in a month. I discovered this firsthand after applying Musashi's principles during a work conflict that nearly destroyed my career. My boss was known for public criticism that left people shattered. When my turn came during a crucial presentation, I used all 4 steps. I created distance from my immediate defensive reaction. I anticipated his specific criticisms. I controlled my breathing. And I stayed focused on my purpose, not to win against him, but to advance the project I believed in. The result? While he launched his usual attack, I responded with calm clarity. The room shifted. People who normally avoided eye contact during these moments were now engaged. My boss, thrown off by my unexpected composure, actually started listening. 2 weeks later, the project was approved. Looking back, I realized I hadn't won against my boss. I'd simply refused to engage in the emotional battle he was accustomed to fighting. By staying focused on my true purpose, I changed the nature of the confrontation entirely. Picture 2 identical glasses of water side by side. One is being constantly stirred and agitated. It's cloudy, turbulent, impossible to see through. The other is still, clear, transparent. That's the difference between an emotional mind and a calm one. Both contain the same elements, but only one allows you to see clearly. That's what Musashi discovered. His opponents' minds were like that turbulent glass, full of emotion, impossible to see through. His was still, allowing him to perceive what others couldn't. Next time you're in a confrontation, ask yourself, which glass is my mind right now? Turbulent or clear? I want to propose something that might change your life. Try the Musashi method for just 3 days. Here's how it works. Day 1. Practice emotional distance. When something triggers you, just say to yourself, I notice I'm feeling emotion. Create that tiny space. Day 2. Practice anticipatory awareness. Before an interaction with someone difficult, take 30 seconds to predict their likely reactions. Day 3. Practice the 4 to 6 breath. When you feel tension rising, take just 1 breath, in for 4, out for 6. Track what changes. I guarantee you'll see at least one interaction go completely differently than it would have before. Share your results in the comments. I read every single one. So let's review Musashi's 4-step system. Create emotional distance. Anticipate patterns. Control your breathing. Act with purpose. Each step builds on the one before it. Distance creates space for awareness. Awareness provides foresight. Breathing maintains physiological calm. Purpose directs that calm toward meaningful outcomes. But don't just take my word for it. Try one step today. Next time someone pushes your buttons, just notice the feeling rising without becoming it. That tiny space between stimulus and response, that's where your power begins. The calmest person in the room isn't just the most comfortable, they're the most dangerous. They see clearly when others are blinded by emotion. They act purposefully when others react impulsively. They choose their battles when others fight every provocation. In a world that profits from your emotional reactivity, maintaining calm isn't just a personal skill, it's a revolutionary act. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.